Okay, been a while. Sorry. New computer. It's ominous and stuff. And for a while I thought I'd have to stop this LP because for some reason, and it might still do it, the game would just cramp out whenever I try to go to ISIS. I was doing this on my blaster file, which by the way is kind of getting overpowered. Um, why have I never used blasters before? Holy crap, it's really good as long as you level up the right skills. I'll get to that in a second. But it would just kick me out of the game as soon as I tried to get ISIS. It did that the first time here on this file too. I did it. I was doing it off camera, not saving, to see what would happen. Kicked me out the first time. Second time, it went okay. So I don't know. All we can do is try and brute force it. Now then, blasters. Okay, so you see that this is a very significant amount of damage. Pretty good. And we crit on 19 to 20. Pretty good. But holy shit. I was digging around with some of the stuff on my blaster file, like, why have I not been doing this all along? It's so good. You have one person up front to take all the damage, and then you should really just have everybody else just go a blasting. You know? These are both Sith disruptors. You use disruptors, even though they're kind of low damage to start off with. They already start with a high crit range of 18 to 20. You put Keen on that thing, you get 15 to 20. It equals a crit. On I can't remember the other. Basically, you want very high computer and very high. Well, you absolutely want high security. And then you either want high computer use or high repair, depending on whether you're willing to take a hit to your defense in order for a little more damage and a little bit of an attack boost. But it's up to you. Either or works. And the best way to do that is once you get... either you get T3 to at least level 15, and then have some parts on hand to boost them up. You might be able to do it sooner depending on your drops, since shit's randomized to an extent. And just make those parts. Your scope doesn't really matter too much as long as it's got Keen, because the DCs for the chance it's slow are just low. At the point you get this stuff, everything is going to pass the check unless they botch the roll. So, but still, it's there. You just want it for the Keen, and only if you're using disruptors. There's a couple other ones that are okay. Go nasty blasters if you can get those. The best thing you can get, even better than the Sith disruptors, are the Mandalorian Rippers, which have built-in attack modifier, I believe, and they're 3 to 8 instead of 1 to 6, so you get a little bit more damage out of that, and they're still fully upgradable, but they are pricey. They're like 13,000 bucks a pop if you find them in a shop. On my other file, I happened to find one in a shop, and I found one on somebody. No luck finding one so far. If I find those, we're ditching the disruptors and getting those. It's a small bonus, but eh. So Mira is like unstoppable. With all her natural blaster bonuses that she got from when she was a scout. In fact, it's not a bad idea to just keep her a scout, really. But whatever. This is cool. Oh, I discovered something else. I didn't realize before. She doesn't need Jedi rope. Even though it doesn't say it, her jacket does not impede force powers. I don't know why I took that off. Okay, right thing. Okie dokie. I guess that's it. Does she have more defense with that? Or... Oh, she has way more defense with, yeah. It's just lower because of the blasters, but I mean, she's got 2 people covering for her. She'll be fine. I mean, let's take a look, right? Okay, she's supposed to be a duelist, but don't. Dueling sucks. I really don't like using dueling unless I'm doing hand-to-hand, and that won't be lasting much longer. Unfortunately, she can't get beyond she can't get weapon specialization, so that sucks. Unless you get, oh, what is it? There's a certain headset that can do it. Yeah, she gets, she'll get more levels of targeting, which is just more attack bonus, so that's always nice. Close combat doesn't hurt. And she gets levels of precise shot naturally, but I believe you can buy more of them. So, it's a lot of damage. It makes it really hard for people to deflect. And I only have one level of it, but if you get like max out rapid shot, yeah. Oh, I know the reason why you want to make her Jedi. If for no other reason, like, you know, change her to the level I said before, which is what 17, just so she can get master speed. That's really all she needs. As for Handmaiden, I'm going to give her a lightsaber soon, but we need to get one. I know I'll get at least one very soon. I gotta go do some shit in general. So with that in mind, let's head out. I got this big fucking mega computer. What's the first thing I do? Play a game from 2005 or whatever the fuck.
You finally arrived, Jedi. I seek to reclaim the honor that you stole from me. I challenge you here, outside of the battle circle. This time, we fight to the death.
Many Mandalorians have fallen to the Jedi. There is no dishonor in that.
You would deny my request? I want to fight here, in front of other Mandalorians, to prove my worth. Do not shame me further.
Must be other ways to prove yourself.
There were no wars to fight, no great enemies to destroy. I wish this was a different age, where our armadas were a force to be feared.
He's lost to me already. Why fight again?
I was too young to fight in the Mandalorian Wars. With our clans scattered, there was no opportunity to prove myself. Years ago, young Mandalorians would fly point in a basilisk, laying waste to anything before them, at the forefront of battle. But this has been denied me. What little honor I have earned, you stripped from me in the battle circle. This I won't allow.
I don't want to kill you. I refuse.
You would deny my request? I want to fight here, in front of other Mandalorians, to prove my worth. Do not shame me further.
I will not fight you. I refuse your challenge.
Then you dishonor me again, Jedi. One day we will meet again. Next time, you will not have a choice.
Now, I'm curious as to where this leads, because I don't remember what happens if you deny him. If you fight him, you just get a little bit of XP, and yeah, it's nothing special. So let's find out what happens if you deny him. I wouldn't want to fight him anyway. Not because I couldn't, but...
That's another one from you.
Find another way, dude. There's got to be a way to... Oh, you may notice that we took out HK for now. Neat. Too bad we don't have enough... I could just go ahead and... Wait, wrong thing. Do I even have enough decks to make use of that? Yeah, I can make use of that. I don't need the D package for now. Yeah, 3 more defense, alright. I'd rather give it to Mira, but, this is fine for now. Until she gets 18 Constitution, can't do anything about it. Oi! We gotta go around and kill a bunch of stuff, go do a couple things here and there, do this.
Lieutenant, do you see that boma over there? The Force flows through even these simple creatures. If you empty your mind, you may be able to feel its thoughts. They aren't fully formed, basic instincts, urges, dominated by every breath and every moment, primal and unsophisticated.
I feel it.
Beasts can be easier to affect than other sentients, but you must bridge the gap between what distinguishes us and them. You feel its consciousness, yes, like a low rumble before the storm. Use the Force to create a barrier around it. Make it with care and subtlety.
I love the way she says beast. She really puts emphasis on the B. Beast. A really hard B. I'll try.
You came close, and you have potential. With practice, you can make any animal passive and pliable. But the cage around their perceptions is a fragile thing. Many things can break its hold, violence especially.
Thank you, I never knew about that.
The Force is subtle, more powerful than people imagine. Keep an open mind.
Yay, beast trick. I never use it. Whatever. More important thing is
Let us.
you get free Force points. They don't even really need this, but whatever. But yeah, with dual wielding, rapid fire, and master speed, 5 of those blaster shots coming at you at once, that's pretty great. And the melee is strong, but you can't beat the crit rate of the blasters. And plus, you're staying safe. If you got high enough attack, you're not going to get deflected anyway. It's so fun just watching 3 people with, blasters just tear away at everything. It's a lot of fun.
You there, I am in need of your assistance.
What? Are you Kumas? Zarga thought you were dead.
I'm Kumis, and Zargo is not wrong in thinking me dead. We assume that any Mandalorian who does not report back within a day has been taken by the jungle. I still live. I'm just in a difficult situation.
What are you doing up there?
A patrol was sent to look for weapon caches in this region. They found 3 sites that looked promising. Zarga told me to prove myself by taking explosives to those sites and uncovering the caches, if they exist.
So, how'd you get up there?
This was the first site. After easily dispatching some Maras, I removed my pack and began to plant my charges along this ridge. When I finished setting the charges, I looked down to see Canucks swimming all over my pack. The pests were eating everything. I killed the Canucks, but then a herd of Bomas arrived. I had no more ammo. The extra energy cells I had brought had been in my pack, so I've been up here, weaponless for 2 days.
You ran out of ammo? Isn't that against the Mandalorian code?
Blaster rifles don't use much energy, and their energy cells last a long time. How often have you had to change ammo?
Fair point. Well, how can I help?
You must have cleared a path to the beast coming here. If you take care of the Boma beast, I can make it to safety.
I could give you an extra ammo clip.
My blaster rifle's been useless ever since I used it to bash in a Canuck's skull.
Fair enough. Alright, then I'll beat him up.
Your actions are worthy of a Mandalorian. Return here when you have slain the beast, and I will be able to return to camp.
It's amazing how many things you can do around the Mandalorian camp to get you light side points. Every time you help them, it's light side. It's interesting. Oh, by the way, if you want dark side, hit the detonator. They'll warn you against it, but yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong, in the end, it's still probably better for melee, but I'm at the point where I would just strongly recommend, 2 blaster people instead of 2 melee people. Somebody's got to be up front and tanking. Point.
I'm grateful for your help, stranger. I'm returning to the Mandalorian camp now. I won't forget this. I have only one request. Please, don't mention this incident to anyone.
Oh, it's gonna be so embarrassing. Please don't. Hey. I'm not got to read light side yet. And by the way, I'm just gonna cheat for HK's influence. Sorry, I guess. It just does not mesh well with the light sider and that's not stuff I'd approve of anyway. But for the most part, what he does. Not always, but usually. Mira, where are you at? You fighting something? Yo, Mira, what the fuck? Let's go. You got shit to do. Come on.
That's another one for me.
Everything trying out accuracy gloves, neat. Is that for an arm? I imagine it would be. Attack modifier with an arm. This is way better than Strength plus 2. Yeah, Strength plus 2 is just gonna be +1 damage and +1 attack. Okay, yeah, let's do that. Even though, again, she probably won't be using an arm for much longer.
That's another one for me. That's another one for me.
I mean, you know, going monk in Star Wars is pretty fucking hardcore, but I mean,
That's another one for me.
we need the numbers. And besides, lightsabers will give her like, you know, bonuses and shit. Hey, she only needs one more. Like, she starts off with 2 levels of fucking two-handed fighting, so that's another thing for the camp. All I need is one more level of that. And if I really wanted her to, she could just stick with dueling, but you know. Dueling is so lame, unless you're doing it with a consular. Yeah, I wouldn't bother. It's great for Kreia. You know, I've never actually played a consular. I should really try that sometime. Like, I think the blaster run is going so well, I'm just like, what the fuck am I supposed to... Like, it's not going to be a challenge in the end, I don't think. I mean, we're going up against a lot more Jedi, and I'll be on my... Well, going against more Dark Jedi, whatever. I'll be on my own, but... I mean... So what do I do to make the game harder then? Oh, I guess I could try being a consular and difficult. Maybe go without companions, or at least go with one less companion? Huh? Basically just have to rely totally on force powers, I guess. You still following? Hey, maiden, where'd you go? You know what? It's fine. We'll figure it out. Maybe.
Like that? That's another one for me.
She's so goddamn good. Why did I not use her before? Probably because I didn't believe in blasters.
I don't like the sound of that. I think you've just stirred up a Minoc nest.
These aren't Minocs, silly goose. Oh no! There's a stray handmaiden coming to attack us.
Prepare yourself.
Oh, by the way, to do these pistols, you are going to need a lot of components.
That's another
Like,
one
all
for
the
me.
parts I've recommended, you need about 1,200 parts per gun. So, don't sell anything, unless you absolutely need the money. Break everything down into components. So you figure, if you do the whole party, right, and if you give everybody a blaster, double blasters, you're looking at 7,200 components. That's a lot.
Let's move out.
These mines, though, will fetch a tidy price. Yeah. Okay, stand still. Ooh, that was close. I wasn't paying attention to which one I was targeting. Oi. I didn't realize you got experience for doing that. Huh. Well, that's fun. Maybe I should have actually looked at the screen to see how much I got for it. Huh. So wait, I wonder if we get stuff for doing security stuff too. Let's see. 3752. Right. Okay. So she got, what, 48... 72 experience for doing that? Okay, I'll keep that in mind. That's neat. There's a lot of shit to steal here. Mandalorian battle armor, is that better than what I have? I think it's the same. Mine's assault armor, isn't it? If anything, what all uses electric? Seriously.
I'm good to go.
There's a couple in here that you can't unlock. They're impossible for some reason. Shield, Aerotech, Iron Master. That's a pistol, right? The Ion Blasters are another interesting choice if you don't have disruptors. And I would actually suggest them over something like even heavy Mandalorian pistols. What is this one? Where is it? Ion Master. That's really good for an Ion Blaster. The thing with Ion Blasters, right? They're not as great. If you're on a budget for components, use the Ion Blasters until you get components, because they're pretty good as is. The most important thing you can do with them is put on a scope for key. Why? Because they don't do double damage when they crit; they do triple damage, and they can still get a chamber in there, so that's another 2 to 20 damage. I believe that's what the part I recommended was. Short range for blasters, but that's okay. And if you fight droids, this will fuck them up bad. So, yeah, whether it's an Ion Blaster, Aerotech Droid Oxidizers, or especially this little number, yeah. And they're built in with attack modifiers too. So that's nice. I don't know if I've ever seen an Aerotech Ion Master before. I've seen plenty of these, which these are good. In order, right? Mandalorian Rippers, Sith Disruptors. Then I would say after that, if you have them, if you're on a budget, the Ion Blasters in this order: the Aerotech Droid Oxidizer, Ion Master, Droid Oxidizer, and then just Ion Blasters. If you have enough components, Omnasi Blaster, then Heavy Mandalorian, and then just Mandalorian pistols. That's the way to go, in my opinion. Or if you know you're fighting a lot of droids, you could probably, you're not going to miss out on losing out on the energy cell or whatever. If you know you're fighting a lot of droids. God damn it, I hate when I do that. I mean, look at this shit. It's incredible. Right, okay, she's still working on this shit. Poison rocket. Skills D package. Yeah, another one of those I don't need.
A little harder than I thought.
Fetch. Oh, by the way, you can get humans to do the workbench thing, but it's so much easier with T3 because there's so many parts out there that raise computer and security and repair. And plus, the humans need 18 Constitution for the Skills D package, and the Skills D package is way harder to find than all the droid parts. I mean, hell, even I mean, there's no reason to do it with AK instead or HK instead, but you have the option of just doing it with him too. Let's use T3. You can't do it on the Ebon Hawk because you have to actually be controlling. If you don't have the skills, you have to actually be controlling the person who wants to do it, and you can't do that on the Ebon Hawk. So you could do something like there's always the workbench on Citadel Station, so go there if you've got nothing else. Okay, that's all I can reach for now. It's like, I'm bored. I feel like going fast. What robot do? Bash droid.
Yes?
Okay, time to watch the slaughter. You bash one. Basically, if you go to the other option, it's like, hey, these are all linked and shit. Be careful about doing stuff. By the way, I'm sorry if this is loud, and I'm sorry if other audio quality is shit. I still have to tweak settings, I imagine.
Yes? Ready?
New computer and all. Plasma grenade. Whoops. I think this one...
Stand back. A little harder than I thought.
I don't know how to get those other ones open. At least I don't think I know how. I've tried blowing them open. That doesn't work. Okay, I think that's everything. Yep. If nothing else, load times are a little faster. Oh yeah, levels and stuff. Right. Professor Jedi needs... Selling my skills became a lot less important now that I'm like, oh yeah, that's right, I can't... Because I had forgotten that you can use other people to use the bench. Even if you never use T3, right? If you're playing from the very beginning of the game, just keep giving him feats that will give him more skills. If for some reason you don't like the parts you're making, if you don't like the weapon parts I suggested or whatever, you could go for a full crit build or whatever if you want to do massive criticals or whatever. And then give them things like a gearhead instead of like actual combat feats or whatever, so that you can get to the stuff even quicker. That's if you want to kind of break the game. But again, you need a lot of components. But if you haven't been selling stuff, you've got plenty of valuable shit. Like the Twi'lek spinning blades that you get from the Twin Suns or whatever. Those are 500 components each. You know, it's not too hard to come across a ton. I don't need anything. I guess battle meditation at this point. I'm not gonna be using it for a while. I'm not gonna use it till the end, but it's there. Okay, force sensitive, unarmed specialist. It's neat. Okay, she's caught up on that. Master speed. Can you... You should be able to cast it now. Yes! So keep that in mind. I don't know if, I don't know if certain other, unique pieces will work for this. But, you know, something to keep in mind.
I shall honor
65... She did 58, and then 20-something, and then 65 or whatever. Holy fucking shit!
I shall honor
Wait until I get more ranks in rapid fire.
That's a new one for me. That's a new one for me.
That one ate a lightsaber, but if you're missing a certain part before, it might give you that, or give you a part. Anytime, I think I've explained this before, but anytime that you get at a spot that you would normally get a lightsaber part, if you've already built your lightsaber, it will just start giving you more lightsabers. Oh no.